I remember him. He was like Luka Modric. He was everywhere.
Hmm.
He had the touch, everything. And I thought this guy's going to be in the first team and he's going to build a big career himself. He ended up getting in the first team, and within 2 years, I think he's playing non-league now. In terms of refereeing academy football, I don't know, it's quite boring because it's so technical. It's just pass. So when I'm refereeing kind of non-league or involved in the stuff on Saturday, that's kind of really brilliant on the football. They're tackling, they're getting stuck in, they're really kind of that kind of long ball football. And academy football is really kind of pass. And I think the players are generally quite well disciplined at that level as well, really. I remember I did a game, Birmingham City versus Bristol City under 18s. And there was one player who's been really he was on my case. And the manager went up to him and said to him, "You continue like that, you're not going to be at this football club." And there was I didn't say anything to him. At that level, they want players to have that discipline, because if they can't discipline themselves at under 18, then what they're going to do in the first team, really. So I think that side of things is really interesting. But it's very technical. I find that so technical in terms of passing. And at times it can get quite boring, really. But the speed of it is really, really, really quick, I find. And players are kind of all pretty decent at that level.
And that's where the huge pressure comes in as well. You'd have thought that you've got a lot of young players trying to bid for their place in the first team or in the reserves and stuff in the academy. But then when you realize, and when you put it like that, the fact that they're just trying to make sure that they're right for the team and they're right for the club, basically. Like, that guy could have carried on effing and blinding at you, and the manager could have easily have gone, "Oh yeah, you can do that this week, but next week you're not in the squad, or next week you're not going to be playing, or next week you're not even going to be here." So they've also got their agenda on their mind for the players' mentality and their mind state, if they're going to make it into their first team.
What I find kind of fascinating, every game I do at academy level, I'll always take a photo of the team sheet and I'll just kind of keep it as a log and think how many of these people will make it. And it's so ruthless in terms of how many actually make it. You'll be surprised. I'll do a game and I'll think there'd probably be two or three out of this squad that would actually make professional footballers or actually have a good career, really. And people don't realise that. And kind of we think someone's got a place in academy, wow, they made it, they're going to be set for life, really. There's players I've seen who kind of in that academy team who looked amazing. Like, I thought this guy is going to be like the next big thing. 2 years later, he's playing under league football, because it's that ruthless academy football, really. And I think I've found players develop at different times as well, really. You can have a player at 17, 18 who is in the best in his category. And I've come across players like that, really. I did Leeds United. So Leeds United team, I ref for them quite a bit, they're under 18s. And there was a lad in that team called Chris Dawson. I remember him. He was like Luka Modric. He was everywhere. He had the touch, everything. And I thought this guy's going to be in the first team and he's going to build a big career himself. He ended up getting in the first team, and within 2 years, I think he's playing non-league now. In that team also, there was a lad who was there who was a good footballer, passing the ball about, doing the basics well, really good attitude. A couple of years down, I looked at, I think that's Calvin Phillips, and he's kind of one of the best players in the whole Leeds team, really. And you find you don't know really at a player at 18, you don't know if he's physically right, if he's mentally right. Everyone's different, really, at that level. And I've really found that really interesting at academy level.
And Calvin Phillips is one of Bielsa's key men, really, at the moment for Leeds, and has made the England squad this season as well. So it really goes to show you can't just shine in a team because it may not be your time this week or next week.
And that's why I think kind of refereeing at that level and doing a good job is really important, because kind of you've got these players' careers in your hands for that 90 minutes, really. If you kind of let someone get two-footed and he breaks his legs, that could be his career. Or if you actually get something wrong, it's led to a mistake, that it might stop him getting that contract at the end of the season. So it's a really good level of football. Firstly, just for the players, but then also just understanding that these players are actually playing for their kind of careers, really. And that's why there's a lot of talk I've read about academy players in terms of the mental health issues and the lack of support. You can be at a club for so many years, and then at 18 you can say, right, you're not good enough, really, because you're a fraction slow. The academy level, I've been really fortunate. Kind of reserve football, I've refereed some really good footballers, really. So I was like Calvin Phillips, Connor Cody when he was coming up, Raheem Sterling, who were just ridiculously quick. I don't know how I kept up with him. Suso, remember Suso, who played for Liverpool?
Yeah, he went to Sevilla or AC Milan or something like that from Liverpool.
One of his first games as kind of a reserve players, he came on, and again, I kind of officiated a game where he was involved. So some good footballers really, but it's really nice for me to kind of see where their journeys are really. And obviously I'm kind of not at that level, but kind of like Calvert-Lewin, for example, he came on as a sub in a Sheffield United reserve game, and then it's kind of nice to see him on TV thinking, wow, I was like sharing the pitch with him at one point, and look at him now, he's playing for England. So that's the beauty of it really. I get those experiences which not everyone has had or not everyone can say really.